Okay, also, if you are a zealot for research, you need to know this. The dietary approach that I teach my clients to underlie many of the healing protocols I put together for them is a modified Mediterranean diet. And if you love research and want to know if I'm trustworthy as somebody board certified in holistic nutrition with a master's in public health, certified in functional nutritional therapy, and certified in restorative wellness solutions, which is how I order and interpret functional lab tests, then listen up. And you also should check out the video I posted right before this on research studies and how to know if they're good or not and how to look for them. But for all of you who are stopping by because you've seen my video about the best diet for PCOS, or the best diet for thyroid issues, or the best diet for endometriosis, or the best diet for hormone issues, or the best diet for leaky gut, then hang out here. Y'all have no doubt heard people who say they have a background like I do, say they practice functional nutrition, tell you that the low-carb diet is it, or the ketogenic diet is it. And if you like research, you need to hear this. Up until recently, the ketogenic diet has only been studied in a very specific population. And odds are you're not in that population, because that population is people who have epilepsy. Until recently, the ketogenic diet really has not been studied in women, let alone women with a variety of complex health issues. But you know what diet has been studied a lot and studied in women and studied for many years more than the ketogenic diet in more populations? It's the Mediterranean diet, which again is what I teach. Mediterranean diet, by the way, suggests that about 25% of your plate should be carbohydrates. Now, I modify this a little bit with specifics on what types of carbs tend to benefit women who I work with the most. Like, I just find legumes don't often agree with a lot of us in large amounts, for example. But otherwise, the dietary approach I use has been much more well-studied, odds are, with your particular health issue than something like the ketogenic diet or a low-carb diet. I know, it hurts. It hurts when you confront information that maybe suggests it's time to reevaluate something that you've thought or learned before. And I get asked all the time, like, why isn't this talked about more? And that's because it's really hard to get people to adhere to dietary approaches. Meaning, it's a lot easier to tell you just don't eat any carbohydrates and here's what carbohydrates are, than it is to say, fill up a quarter of your plate with carbohydrates, but here's what you really need to look for. Here are ones that are going to be supportive. Here are ones that not. Because frankly, none of us want to spend that much time researching and learning and figuring out how to apply something to ourselves.